Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and the promotional site for Final Fantasy XIV's patch 5.4 just went live, so here at 6 in the morning, before my coffee and before my stream, decided we'll just give it a quick look-see. Now, first, I believe this is the first we've seen of the key artwork that they're going to be using for the patch. Now, after the great artworks we've had for 5.2 and 5.3, I gotta say I'm not as big a fan of this one. It appears to, just looking at the image on its own, to just be Reen and Gaia and sort of reflections of them, looking at the images in the background. I can't tell if the one on the top left is Reen, this one right here. But the rest of them do appear to be, so you can see Gaia's clothes are much more distinguishable here on the right-hand side. Futures Rewritten is likely to be a double entendre of the first and the source, so Eden is probably going to really tell if what we did on the first is working, and then I'm sure Gaia is going to be a major plot line here in regards to what's actually happening with her and why she was sort of forced to attack Eden in the first place way back in the beginning. We also get an idea of what Futures Rewritten will mean for our source, probably in the main scenario. Futures Rewritten, Futures Unknown. But the new story just has a quick little message here. The Elidibus defeated and the fate of the first secured, the Scions make their long-awaited return to the source, but in the new future they now look towards, will that which is written upon the pages of history be an anthem of hope or a dirge of despair. And with that, we just see a couple of images. We saw this one in particular during the last live letter, and then we saw this one. Well, this one's right here. This is interesting to me. I can't wait to see more about what's going on in Ishgard, especially with the Vanu chief who has come by. Now for Eden's Promise, we do have a quick description as well. Reen and her mysterious counterpart Gaia have succeeded in restoring balance to the elements of the empty. Much of the credit goes to the Warrior of Light, whom they invite to observe whether life continues to flourish in the once barren desert. While the flame of hope burns brighter than ever, the tale is far from over. We also see Gaia looking at what appears to be a tiny crystal of light, or it could just be, I'm trying to remember the cutscenes from 5.2 a little bit better. That could also just be her crystal of darkness. I've unfortunately at 6 a.m. my brain isn't quite all the way there, but it's a crystal shard of some kind. And considering she is just in this dark void, last time we saw her in what looks to be a dark void, it was when she was almost kind of swallowed by that fairy that she had that's been whispering in her ear in 5.2, which preceded the E7 encounter. So I'm curious if that's kind of a similar thing that's happening here. And that's why they have her like that, or if it's just kind of a still cutout of whatever's in the background for spoiler purposes. As for Montoya's Relict, which is just the new dungeon of patch 5.4, the Maker's Quarter was once home to some of the finest crafters Eorzea had ever seen, but it has lain in the forgotten ruins since the Charlene Exodus. It is there, hidden amongst overgrown foliage at the entrance to the former workshop of the Archon Montoya, can be found. So I guess that's nothing like what I thought it was going to be in regards to what this actually is, but I guess we can assume that this thing itself is the relict, the actual, I guess, cauldron or whatever you want to call it here at the end. And then we have this cute little boss. I'm trying to remember, man. I wish I shouldn't do this at 6 a.m. because I'm trying to remember if that's an enemy from another game. It probably is, even just looking at it. It's like, you can see like a 2D sprite version of that in your head, right? So, wish I had the reference handy, but that's going to be what appears to be a boss, if not the final boss. Probably just a boss. They'll probably keep the final boss secret for the time being of Montoya's Relict. Sorrow of Warlit, also, I think this is the last description we have on the website so far. Gaius and the Warrior of Light are another step closer to thwarting the Empire's War Machina development project after vanquishing the Sapphire weapon. However, newly unearthed information alludes to another foe lurking in the shadow, and you must take decisive action before it is too late. As we saw in the live letter, this screenshot's actually cut off, I believe, for, I'm not sure why, when we saw it in the live letter. Emerald Weapon is behind him, so it's very likely that will be, we will be following that up with Diamond Weapon after the fact. This has been kind of the long predicted order since we found out Ruby Weapon was first. I've been predicting Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Diamond ever since then, and I'm glad to see that that has come to fruition. Mark another one in the box for predictions that we've gotten right. And then if you just want any of the individual artworks, as you can see here, they are all available down at the bottom. And then just a reminder of everything in 5.4 main scenario quest, Eden's Promise, which is the one we just went over, Montoya's Relict, Sorrow of Warlit, Castrum Marinum, New trial. Oh, that's Emerald Weapon. Oh, so it has a name now. Okay, because last time they told us it was just Emerald Weapon. Castrum Marinum is the next trial. That's where the Emerald Weapon will be. Save the Queen, Pass to the Rest. New large-scale battle. The Delubrum Reginae. That's supposed to be the 24-man raid with no role restrictions, or the 48-man Savage for pre-made parties. The Blue Mage update up to level 70. That's going to be in January. Ishgardian Restoration, the final tally period for the restoration, meaning whatever is supposed to be for Ishgarden 5.5x will likely be that festival we were told about some time ago that they wanted to hold. The new Unreal trial, they don't say which one it is going to be, still on that Titan prediction. Skysteel Tool update, Treasure Hunt update, that's going to be the new Treasure Hunt dungeon from Zoner Skin Maps. Ocean fishing with new routes, they didn't give us any more details. Triple Triad, which is I was really hoping was going to make more cards playable, because the whole only 1 4 or 5 star card really pushes me off. Mahjong is going to get a little bit of an update. Explorer mode, where you can go through dungeons after you've completed them. Performance update and New Game Plus update. So we've got quite a few things coming in 5.4. 5.3 was a really busy patch for me, one of the busiest that I've had ever, in all honesty, and I hope 5.4 can meet those expectations as well, because there's a lot of things I'm looking forward to between Blue Mage rating and hopefully Blue Mage Ultimate, as well as the 48-man Savage with the Delubrum Reginae. With that, I've got to go make coffee before my live stream. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share, and stay tuned. Of course, as more information becomes available, we will make sure that it's posted here on the channel. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, take care.